is 3,780 points. Well, not quite, of Khorne. So, we've got 2 battalions. We've got the Blood Host of Khorne to start with the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster being the general. And he is heading that up. His command trait is Slaughterborn. He can reroll all of your general's failed hit rolls when making attacks in the combat phase. So that's pretty tasty for him. But he's also took a demonic gift as well. He's got an extra attack, so Harvester of Skulls. We're then going to have 3 units of 30 Bloodletters and a single unit of 10 just because. We've then got 3 units of 5 Dogs, and that makes up the 7 units for the Blood Host of Khorne, allowing them D3 units to pile in a fight in the hero phase. We've then got a mound of Bloodbound heroes. We've got a Blood Stalker, we've got 2 Secretors, and I can't remember this guy's name, I want to say Skull Grinder. And then we've got 2 Slaughter Priests, 1 of each variant. The 2 Slaughter Priests, however, have additional prayers. The guy with the axe has Bronzed Flesh, which is +1 armor save basically. And the guy with the hack blade has Killing Frenzy, which is add 1 to the hit rolls. So that's very tasty. We then got another battalion, which is the Council of Blood, which will be 4 Bloodthirsters. So Scarbrand plus 3 Bloodthirsters. Basically, these can fight in the hero phase, and if one of them kills something, the next one can pile in and fight. And if that kills something, the next one can pile in and fight, and so forth. In addition to that, they all get to use their command abilities, even though they're not the general. So that is very, very tasty indeed. So what we've gone for is Harvester of Skulls on this guy at the front. That's a Bloodthirst with Unfettered Fury, not a Demon Prince with a giant axe that he can't carry. And this one at the back is going to have hit on 2 or more when he targets heroes. And that is it, 3,780 points. Let's have a look at Lucy's Stormcast. So here we go, 3,780 points of Stormcast, and I don't like the look of it. So Lucy, what have you got starting with your heroes?
Right, I have my General, Lord Celestant on foot. His general ability, is Furious Retribution, which is +1 to the result of any hit rolls in the combat phase for him and any friendly units within 9 inches.
Which is handy with Retributors.
Yes, exactly. His command trait, I am taking Consummate Commander, which means while he is still alive, I can use another hero's general ability. So I'll be using Lord Celestant on Dracoths for no battle shock within 24 inches. Artifacts, etc. I am giving him Quicksilver Draft. And for my second one, I'm going to be giving it to the big boy just behind him, the Prime, which is Strife Ender. Add 1 to the attack characteristics for the weapon, or add 2 if you're facing Chaos.
J.
Yeah.
And the reason that you get to take 2 artifacts is because you're running a battalion as well.
I am taking the Hammer Strike Force with my unit of Prosecutors and a unit of Retributors and Decimators. So let's...
But they're units of 5.
Yes, I'm 2 units of 5. So let's run through the rest of my army. So we have Celestant on foot, Lord Castellan, Celestant on Dracoth, the Prime, and the Celestant on Stardrake. Look how pretty he is.
He's gonna die.
Nah. We also have a unit of 3 Paladors. Over here, 2 units of Raptors with long strike crossbows. Down here, 2 units of Judicators. And coming across like this, we've got 2 units of 5 Decimators, no Star Soul Maces. We have 2 units of Liberators with a Grand Hammer in each, and the Prime has them. I should note the Primes of the Judicators have the Shockbolt bow. I have over here 2 units of Retributors, 2 Star Soul Maces in each. I know it's harsh, but well, you know, I built them like that. And last but not least, we have 2 Tempestosses. Decided to use them again. I've used them a lot lately, and I like the fact that if you shoot a unit, then that unit is -1 to hit until your next hero phase.
Which is very handy considering I need the pluses to hit.
Exactly.
And the Dracoth trait on the Lord Celestant.
I am taking, let me refresh my name, Thundercaller, which is +4 to the inches of his Storm Breath. I've also got to take a trait for Stardrake, and I'm taking Thunderlord, which means, no I'm not, sorry, I'm taking Storm Wind. Roll a dice for one enemy unit this hero passes over in the movement phase. On a 2 or more, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds.
That's horrible.
So I think that is everything. Pretty sure, so...
Right, let's get deployed then, eh?
Yeah.
Right, so here we go after deployment. Lucy won the roll-off and elected to go first, so we went back and forth, but because I had so many Bloodbound heroes that weren't part of the battalion, I basically put them down first to see where Lucy was deploying her stuff, and then I counter-deployed by dropping the whole battalions in one go, but Lucy was smart. She still wants first turn, or she might want to make me go first. You're going to make me go first then, yeah. So basically I've got 30 Bloodletters and Hounds, 30 Bloodletters, Slaughter Priest with the +1 save, the guy whose name I can't remember, Secretor, Stalker, got the Skull Grinder, I think it's the Skull Grinder, the Bloodthirster with Wounding Heroes on 2s at this side. Maybe should have done it the other way, but the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, who's my general, slap bang in the centre with a screen of course 30 Bloodletters in front of him. We've got another Blood Secretor hiding under there, as well as the other Slaughter Priest, and Scarbrand is masked by a unit of 5 dogs. We've got the other unit of 30 Bloodletters masking the 2 Bloodthirsters at this side, and we've got the unit of dogs, and then just because I've got a unit of 10 Bloodletters at the back randomly. So Lucy conveniently didn't deploy everything. She's got Celestin on Dracoth at this side with the Judicators, the Paladors on the flank for a fast run. We've got a unit of Raptors in the rafters. Celestin and Castellan's hiding behind the wall.
They are.
Stardrake at this side, and a unit of Raptors at this side as well. So, Lucy's saying she wants me to go first.
No.
No? Who's going first then?
I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first. Right. So, like I said, it is Gift from the Heavens, which means on turn 2, 1 meteor falls. So it'll be it's D3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you hold, if you hold the meteor at the end of your turn, you score the number of points equal to the turn number that it is.
Yes.
That includes your opponent. So if Lucy holds both of them on turn 3, she gets 3 points each, scoring 6. So, without further ado, I am now going to get hurt.
Right, command ability, as I've already stated, Furious Retribution, yep, that word. And the command trait, I am given Miss Celestin on Dracoth, the Consummate Commander. So he's Lord of the Host, which is no battle shocks for any unit within 24.
Yep. Straight
on to hero abilities. The only hero ability I've really got is his, and I'm going to put that on Celestin on Dracoth, which is +1 to his save, and any saves of a 6 heals a wound.
It does. So, movement.
Straight
what have we got in reserve though? We've got
a
lot in reserve.
We have 2 units of 5 Liberators, a unit of 5 Retributors, a unit of 5 Decimators, me Dracothian Guard, and my Prosecutors.
So?
And a unit of Judicators.
Yes, so do you want to roll for them first? 2 units of Liberators?
Go on then. On a 3+.
One's on, one's not. Decimators?
Yep.
In. The other ones?
Retributors.
Are
yep.
in.
Prosecutors. Yep.
Are in.
Guard. Yep.
And the Judicators.
Judicators. Yep.
So the only thing not in is
one,
a single unit of Liberators.
Which actually could work in my favour because I can keep them and drop them next turn on the objective.
Yep. Right, let's get all those deployed. Right, so movement phase, and it's not looking good. There is suddenly an entire army of Stormcast on the table. and I'm already scared. So the hammer strike, the prosecutors have dropped here, and the decimators are looking to charge this way. Lucy's going to probably swing with them first to annihilate a unit of bloodletters. She knows I haven't got my portal of skulls open, so I have to take battle shocks. So I think she's probably going to pour all of her shooting into these at the minute as well, because she knows reduce my model count.
Battle shock.
Battle shock me. Reduce the model count means it's harder for me to then score. The Retributors are going to go for these guys as well. Now, they're not going to do as much damage as the Decimators, so she's still going to chance it, but...
Battle shock.
Battle shock again, yeah. These guys here, she's hoping to get the Decimators in, or the Retributors, and basically get 3 units in combat so that she annihilates 2 units minimum. She's also pulling a little combo off with the Tempestus. They're going to shoot the crossbows into one of these 2 units, which means -1 to hit, which means I'm then only doing the mortal wounds on 6s instead of 5s when I do get the swing.
But you're not a +1, so the 6s anyway.
I am a +1 because I'm a unit of 20 or more. So it'll drop it to a 6 unless you shoot me down to under 20 models first, which is possible. So the Judicators, of course, have dropped in behind them to do that. 2 units of Judicators pouring into 1 unit, you're probably going to kill 10, especially with the Storm Breath from Lord Celestin on there as well. The Liberator, she's dropped at the back just to try and keep something back for the moment, and then basically counter-strike next turn. And these guys have rode the Etheric Winds.
That's it.
And she rolled a 24 on
6d6.
And how many did you roll last time you did this?
I think I got less than 10.
Less than 10 on 6d6. Not so good. We've also got the Celestial Hammers, of course, from the Prosecutors, which can lend fire. And we've got the Raptors in the background as well. They should be able to kill at least 6 each. And then, of course, we've got Stardrake. So immediately, I'm almost kind of regretting putting 90 bloodletters along the front line. But yeah, let's move on to shoot. Right, so first up, shooting. We're going to have the Raptors pour into them. I'm going to hazard a guess at the bloodletters.
Yep, I'm going to need to thin them out. So 3.
2s.
Yep.
Oh!
Oh, God. 1 at -2.
2 damage, kills 2 bloodletters. And of course, I'm going to take from the front so that Lucy has a longer charge. Prosecutors at them.
Yep.
So 7 attacks.
Yep.
4s. Couple of misses.
Couple.
4s to wound.
Oh,
1 wound. Fail me save. That's 3 that you've killed anyway.
This is going to show how the game's going to go, me failing everything.
Right, what about these Raptors here? Where do you want them to fire? I haven't not decided yet.
They'll have to go into the big unit at the top there, the one I've just been doing.
You're going to go for them ones over there, or do you want to go for the ones with the Retributors to help them out? I can see both.
I'll come back, I'll do Stardrake first.
Okay, on to Stardrake. Right, so Stardrake's...
We'll do the Rain of Stars.
So it's D6 attacks.
No, D6 units. 2 units, pick a unit, 2 units. So I'll pick them bloodletters there,
yep.
And... Ooh, I'll go for the other unit bloodletters here.
Yep.
So on a 4+, this will be D3 mortal wounds.
So the unit on this side first.
Yep. 1 mortal wound.
Yep.
And the other unit. Yep. 3 mortal wounds. These are my D3 dice. So there's 3 on one side, on 2 sides, 2 on the other, and 1 on 2. So whatever I roll it is that. That stands for 3, that stands for 1, that stands for 2.
Right, so these Raptors are going for the other unit of bloodletters that have lost 3.
Come on, please be better than before. 2s. Yay!
All hit.
And 3s. That's 3 at -2 rend.
No save, kills 6 of them instantly.
Yep, 2 damage each.
Oh, I don't like these Raptors, Lucy. They're not very nice.
I love them.
Gee, I wonder why.
It's one of my favourites. Right, moving on is Storm Breath.
Yep.
Dracov. Pick a point within 16 inches. in between the two bloodletters.
So you've also hit the Bloodthirster as well.
Champion.
Yeah. So the first unit of bloodletters.
On a 4+. No.
No. Bloodthirster.
Yes. And the other unit, no. So just the Bloodthirster, D3 mortal wounds.
Just the one. Not bad. So this unit of Judicators is going to go to the same unit of bloodletters.
Looking for 3s, re-rolling 1s for chaos. Oh,
there's a 1.
Right, so that's the Sky Shock Bolt, so D6 to wound rolls, another 3. 1 3s.
3 minus 1. 6 up. So kills 2 more. That's already 11 of that unit dead.
And this second unit of Judicators are going into the other unit right at the back there.
Yeah, it's the same again. Yeah. Prime on the Shock Bolt. Rerolling 1s. D6.
Oh. 2 minus 1.
So that's 2 from that unit dead.
Right, and my last shooting I think is from the Tempestoses.
Yeah.
They get 4 each, and whichever unit I target is -1 to hit for the next round. So I will target the far ones.
The bigger unit because they've got the +1 for being over 20.
Yeah. So looking for 3s. And 4s. Wow.
1.
Wow. No rend.
No rend. Nope, so you kill 1 of them.
That was abysmal.
And I think that's it for shooting, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, on to the charge phase. Lucy's going to go with the Decimators. They need a 5-inch charge because I took models from the front. Oh, and then make it. Next up though, the Retributors are going to head towards them bloodletters, needing a 6. They get a 9. But the other unit of Decimators at the far side there, they need a 9. Oh no! Do you want the Retributors in as well?
Might as well.
9.
Yeah. Oh.
Gonna fall just short, and that's all the charges you want to make, isn't it? Or do you want your Tempestos to go?
Try my Tempestoses. No.
No. Right, so first up are these Decimators. Decimators get they get 1 attack for each enemy model within 2 inches. And conveniently, my bloodletters are all bunched up. Now normally we would roll the prime separately because the prime rolls on 2s. However, on the turn that these guys arrive, you add +1 to their wound characteristic because of the battalion. So we've measured it up. There was 57 attacks from them Decimators onto the bloodletters, which is not very nice, Lucy.
No. I've shorted your dice, so I'm doing
29 and then 28.
So, the 3s.
Yep. Two more there. That's not bad.
That's really bad.
And then you're wounding on 2s.
Yeah. It's a good job these are small dice, isn't it?
Like I said, we'd normally do the prime separate, but at the minute it doesn't matter. So wounding on 2s because of +1. And you know what? That was a lot of, how many? 8 1s.
So how many is that then?
I don't know. I'm just gonna roll these. These were all your wounds, so I've got 6 up 6, -1.
Yep.
I save 1. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 from the first volley of dice.
I need to take 1 out and then that's all back in.
How many was that? 14? Ouch. I think, yeah.
Right, looking for 3s again.
A few 2s. Not bad, not bad.
No. 1 over there.
And then wounded on 2s.
2s again.
One more. So I've already lost 14, I lost 4 earlier, so I've already lost 18. Oh, couple of saves. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, that's 26, plus the 4 I lost earlier wipes the unit.
Oh, wow. That is the best I've ever known.
And do you want to know something good as well?
What?
Battle Shock would be 32 because Decimators had 2.
Yeah.
Plus 3, so you'd have killed another 33. Oh no, 23 because I'm Bravery 10. Wow. So you'd have killed 23 in Battle Shock. Holy crap, I hate those guys.
Yeah, mine.
Ugh. Right, so I'm not going to go with these guys because if I pile in, Lucy's going to get more attacks and kill us even more. So I'm actually piling in with these guys. She's already killed 11 and there's 4 out of range, which means I've got 15 attacks, 16 because of the champion, and I'm only doing mortal wounds on 6s. That's good, that's very good. So that's 5. The 4s hit because I'm hitting on 4s, that was a 5. So they fail. Oh, was there any 1s there? Don't think there was there? No, so I normally get to reroll 1s because of the Bloodthirster nearby. These are wounded on 3s at -1 rend. I'll take that. 6 wounds at -1, please.
So 5 up. So there's 1 gone and 2, 3 gone altogether.
Yep. Now what do you want to do? Do you want to take 2 of the Star Soul Maces and 1 of the Hammers? Right, we'll get them taken out. Right, so Lucy's decided to pile in with the Decimators. Despite hoping that I would pile in first so she would have more attacks, she's still going to get 19 after piling in, so we're going to do this one. Right, so 19 attacks.
3s, oh lord.
Right, so these guys, the Prime is wounded on 2s, the normal guy's wounded on 3s. So the Prime had 8 attacks because there's 8 within reach.
Yeah, in the purple dice.
And they're the purple ones, so hitting on 3s.
Oh god.
And then the purples are wounded on 2s, the others are wounded on 3s.
Right, so that's 1.
I'm just going to roll these.
Yeah.
And we'll work out how many is dead in a second. So 6s are past 2, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 die, plus the 3 that were killed before. This isn't looking good. Alright, so bad news for me. This is my last unit to attack. And I don't do mortal wounds anymore because I was at +1 because I had more than 20 models. Well, now Lucy's killed them and I'm at -1 to hit because of the Tempestor. So I'm only hitting on 5s and I'm not even doing mortal wounds.
Oh,
but I am re-rolling 1s because there's a Bloodthirster nearby. And I would have done 4 mortal wounds. So they're the only 4 that hit, but I'm wounded on 3s at -1 rend. So 4 wounds, 5 up.
Yeah.
I actually kill 1.
Oh, you do.
And 1's wounded. Right, that means that the last unit to attack is Lucy's Retributors. That's 5 attacks in total because she's got the Prime still alive.
Hitting on 3s.
6 doing more. Oh, that's bad. 3 hits, but wounded on 2s. Oh my word. Ouch. Should we do some pretty battle shocks now though? Because it's still going to hurt. So, the big unit with the Retributors there, I think they'd lost 11? Was it 11?
No idea.
Right, so now for battle shock. These guys we've lost 12.
+2.
+2 because of
being within 6 inches of my Decimators.
Yeah. 12, that's 18. +2 is 20. And bravery 11, because there's more than 10 models there at the minute, which means I lose 9 more. Oh, that's not good. So 2.
Kind of makes up for me complete farce of me Retributors.
4. Well, they still might do alright. We'll see in a minute. 6. 8. 9. Oh god, that hurt. Now these guys, the Decimator's rule spills over because it's within 6 inches.
Any unit within 6 inches of the Decimators.
So these guys lost 11. +4 is 15. Plus the 2 from the Decimators is 17. And I'm bravery 11, which means I'll lose another 6. So not great at all. There's 3. and we'll take the 3 from the back here. That is absolutely horrendous. And that's only the first half of turn 1. Right, so hero phase for Khorne. It's going to take a little while to work this out. So we've got 2 things that we can do. This guy is going to use +1 armor save on bronzed flesh on the Bloodthirster, and he doesn't get it off. And the other blood slaughter priest that's in there is going to use +1 to hit on these bloodletters, which goes off. So the bloodletters are +1 to hit, doing mortal wounds on 5s again, which is good. He's going to use his command ability, which allows any demons within 8 inches of him to re-roll failed charges. He is going to use his command ability to run and charge on him. He's going to use the same one on him, and he's going to use the re-roll failed charges. So, yeah. Then we get D3 units fighting in the hero phase for the Blood Host of Khorne for 1 unit. So of course I'm going to go with these guys here. So I'm also going to open both Portal of Skulls, and this guy is going to Bloodstoke this one. So let's calculate the attacks and do that, and then move on to movement. Right, so these guys, there's 11 of them, plus the champion means 12 attacks. Which means I get 23 attacks. I think I've got 23, but I probably miscounted. I'm a +1 to hit. So I'm doing mortal wounds on 5s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That kills them. Kills the Retributors, unfortunately, for Lucy. Right, movement. Okay, so this guy is going to try and do a little bit of damage to the Lord Celestant on Dracoth. The Hounds have moved round. This guy is going to charge in and hopefully do some damage to them 2 Tempestos. The Hounds, the Scarbrand, are looking to go forward. I'm keeping Scarbrand back for the minute, but I'm teasing Stardrake with this Bloodthirster here. He does have the +1 attack, not the hits on 2s versus monsters or heroes. Unfortunately, it's this guy that does. And this Bloodthirster is hopefully going to go after these guys. So the idea is get the Bloodthirsters in combat and then hopefully get first round and start killing stuff. But yeah, shooting. So Hellfire Breath, D3 mortal wounds on Celestin on Dracoth. 1. And then the Lash hits. It does wound. It is -1 rend. Oh. I'm unwounded, so it's 6 damage. That can't be right. Yeah, it is. -1 rend, 6 damage.
So -1 but +1.
-1 but +1, so you've got 3 up, re-rolling 1, so don't roll a 2. Oh my word.
Every time.
Which kills him.
Every time.
I did not expect that.
I did. That's what my walls are like all the time. That's why I don't want to play anymore.
So Hellfire Breath with this guy on the Decimators. 1 mortal wound. And then the Lash hits, wounds, it's -1 rend loose, which she actually passes on a 5, so that's just 1 wound on them. And guess what? That is it for shooting. So, charges. This guy makes it in. This guy, 4 inches, should make it in. Yeah, that'll get him within ½ an inch. What have we got next? Let's have a look. This Bloodthirster, 4 inches, gets him in. We'll go for the dogs. That's going to get them round. And then we'll go for the dogs under here. That's going to get them in with the prosecutors. And let's go for a long bomb with this guy. 10 inches. Nope, that's 11.5 inches unfortunately, so he doesn't make it in. So this one Bloodthirster down here has 4 attacks base, +1 for his artifact and +1 for being within 18 of the Blood Secretor. So I'm hitting on 4s. So only 3 hit. And I totally forgot my blood tide points.
Go back and do them after this.
Well, I've only got 2, haven't I? Because one of your units is dead. No, I've now got 3 because one unit of Bloodletters died, plus your Retributors, and now Celestin. That puts him in 3.
No. A unit of Retributors and Celestin, that's 2.
Plus a unit of my Bloodletters.
Oh, I didn't know yours counted.
Yeah, so I'm wounded on 2s. So that is 3 wounds. It is -2 rend. So you've got 5 up rerolling 1s. It was only 3. So 2 go through. It's D6 damage each. So you lost 2 wounds. And that's it. So he's on to 14.
Mm-hmm.
Right, who are you going with next? Plus there's bloodthirsters everywhere.
Well, the Decimator's over there.
The Decimator's right over there.
So they're getting 2 attacks each.
Yep, let's count them up. Right, so Lucy's going with the Decimators and they get a number of attacks equal to however many enemy models are within 2 inches. So we've calculated them up. The Primer's going to hit 4 dogs and 6 bloodletters.
The dogs are in the purple dice, so 3s.
And 2s because he's the Prime.
So that's 4 bloodletters and 1 dog.
Okay, so
-1.
4 6-ups on the bloodletters. Kills 3 bloodletters. And then -1 on the dog, 6 up. Which I fail. So 3 bloodletters are dead and 1 wound on the dog. And then with the other guys, you're getting 15 attacks on the bloodletters. 3s and 3s?
Yep. So that's
a lot. 6 up.
Save 2.
2, so 2, 4, 6. That's 9 bloodletters dead. And then you've got 6 attacks on the dogs with them.
3s. And 3s. So that's 2 -1.
Failing, so that's 3 wounds on the dogs. Oh, that wasn't... Well, it was bad. There's not many bloodletters left.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been. So next up, I'll be daft not to do it, but this Bloodthirster is going next. Now, he does hit on 2s against heroes or monsters.
They are neither.
They are neither, which is bad for me. So I've got 5 attacks because the Blood Secretor at that side is within 18. So I hit on 4s. Just the one. But I'll wound on 2s.
I still beat you for the bad rolls.
So that is rend -2 for D6 damage. So have these guys got a 3 up?
Yeah.
I always forget that.
So 5 rerolling 1s.
And you pass.
I do.
Uh-huh. And then next up for you, I'm guessing you're probably going to go with these guys on the dogs.
Yeah.
They're not heavy hitters, but you never know, you might get lucky.
I get +1 for the Prime. So looking for 4s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
3s in combat though, isn't it? Because the hammers. 3s to wound in combat?
Oh, it's 3s to hit as
3s
well.
to hit, so that one does count, so add that one back in.
So, 3s again. So, 2 no rend.
What?
3.
Uh,
Did it knock?
No, I think you rolled over. So that's 1 wound on the dogs. Not great considering you got all them hits. Back to me. I don't know, I think I'm probably going to go for the bloodletters, for the decimators over the other. So yeah, there was only 10 bloodletters there, so I've left the champion, but I'm going to swing with the dogs. And I've got +1 attack, thanks to the blood secretor.
He's leaving the champion because the banner's no good, because with the decimators +2, you can never roll a 1.
Gets me to an 11, so even if I roll a 1 and get my... Yeah, basically I'm going to fail it. So there's no point in keeping the banner. I might as well have the extra attack, or the extra 2 thanks to the Blood Secretor. So anyway, hounds, hitting your decimators on 3s.
They've gone.
No, the hounds over the other side haven't gone.
No, my decimators are gone, they can't hurt you anymore.
I know, but I've got nothing else left.
You've got him over there.
Oh, I forgot about him.
You've got these dogs down here.
But your prosecutors have gone. I forgot about that, but never mind.
Oh, right.
So, hit on 3s, that's okay. A wound on 4s though. So that's 6 wounds. 4+ save.
Oh my.
Decimators over the other side. Takes 1 wound.
2.
No rend.
Oh, no rend, yeah.
So 1 wound after all that. Yeah. So the decimators here are going to pile in. Lucy's going to take advantage of my little error there. So the prime does wound on 2s though. So
he's in the white dice. So 3s.
And then 3s and a 2.
Yeah. So that's 3 at -1.
5 up. So 2 go through. So I've lost 2 wounds. Right, back to me. Yeah, I'll go with the dogs down here. So that's 25 attacks that they're going to get, because it's 4 each +1 for the Blood Secretor. But I don't have 25 dice here. On my hands. Yeah. So hit on 3s, and I'll get 5 rerolls. You see that one's cocked?
Yeah.
Hit or miss?
Hit.
Fair enough. So the 5 rerolls just for the extra 5 attacks. That is very bad. So then I'm wounding your prosecutors on 4s. That's what, 6 wounds again?
Any rend?
No rend, so 4 save. What?
2's dead and 1's on 1 wound.
So I'm guessing you're leaving your prime on 1 wound.
Yeah.
But the damage that they help cause on turn 1, a worthy sacrifice. Right, back to you.
I'll come back with... I'm going to save me Star Drake till last, and I'll come back with my
Tempestos?
if I can find them. Yep.
They're actually not bad in combat either.
Had better, had worse. So we get 3 each for their Warblades,
Yep.
3s and 4s.
Three wounds.
Yep, no rend.
4. Fail 2, so I'll take 2 more wounds.
And their claws and fangs. If the wound roll is a 6, it does d6 damage.
Hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Wounded on 3s.
Yeah. 2, no rend. Oh, -1 rend, sorry.
So 1 more goes through. So that's 3 wounds that you've done to him.
Back to me again, because I think you're all... Got you.
Yes, I've got the Bloodthirster over there, the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. So, he has 6 attacks. I can't remember if I... No, I didn't give him the artifact. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I can't remember. This game's too big. Anyway, I've got 6 attacks, +1 for the Blood Secretor being within 18. So this is this Wrath of Khorne hitting those decimators. So hit on 3s. Oh, I wound on 2s because I've only lost 2 wounds. So that's 4 at -2 rend.
6 up. No.
D3 damage each. So 4, 5, 6. So it kills 2. So I'm guessing you want to leave your prime.
Yeah. Alright, on to Star Drake. Before he piles in. After he piles in and before he attacks, pick an enemy model within 3 inches and roll a dice. If the result is greater than the model's wound characteristic, it is swallowed whole and slain. You can do this as many times as shown in the damage table above. He's got lost 2 wounds, so he's still in the top tier, so he can do it 3 times.
However, you can't roll greater than a 14.
I cannot, no.
Well,
Yes, I had a few dice.
Well, you could if you...
No, your...
Yeah, I know.
that model's wound characteristic.
Yeah.
So I can't do it.
So you can never do it to a Bloodthirster because of the wound characteristic being...
So, he's hammer 3 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s.
What?
1 at -1.
5 up.
D3 damage. 3.
3, yeah.
And his Stardrake's Claws.
Mm-hmm.
4 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
All hit.
Wounding on 3s. That's 4 at -1.
5 up. 2 go through.
And that's 2d3 damage.
For another 4. Ouch.
And finally, his Sweeping Tail. After this model has made all of its attack in the combat phase, roll a dice for each enemy unit within 3 inches. If the result is less than the number of models in that unit, it suffers d3 mortal wounds.
You can't roll less than the number of models, so that one wouldn't work.
Yep, so that is that for him.
Is that turn?
I think it is.
No,
yeah.
I've got a single blood letter over in the decimators in the corner. So 3 attacks because it's the champion. So the 5 hits because I'm still at -1 because of the Tempestos, aren't I?
Yes.
It wounds at -1 rend.
Oh, it does it.
Does that means that it actually kills that decimator? Oh.
1, 5.
I hope to hit back harder than that. Let's move on to Battle Shocks. Right, so down here Lucy rolled a 3 for Battle Shock, which meant she was fine. She rolled a 3 for the Prosecutors, which keeps him alive as well, but unfortunately rolled a 6 for the Decimators and the Bravery 7, which meant because she lost 2, she loses 1 more, unfortunately. So, I don't think I actually killed any units there, did I?
No, not complete units.
No, so I'm still on 3 blood type points for losing my unit of blood letters, for killing the Retributors and killing Celestin on Dracoth. So I'm still at 3 blood type points. Right, so absolute devastation on that turn, and look, everything is everywhere. Absolute destruction. But Lucy, turn 2. Oh. Let's try out this Council of Blood. Right, so it's also worth noting that, of course, I did lose this blood letter to Battle Shock because Lucy killed 9 in the previous turn, or more than that, anyway. Right, so, Meteor. 3, so it's going to land right here.
Convenient?
Convenient, yes, very, very convenient. But, turn 2 on... going first in turn 2 is not necessarily my favour because I can only score a maximum of 2 points. You can technically score 4 points in turn 2. So I've got a number of things that I now want to do. And they involve the hero phase. So I'm going to open both Portal of Skulls. He is going to whip. I feel like I'm going to have to do it to him because that one is out of range. So we'll do it to that Bloodthirster. This Slaughter Priest is going to give him +1 armor save, 4+. He takes D3 mortal wounds himself.
Oh no.
Oh, for 2. So that Slaughter Priest has lost 2 mortal wounds. And this guy is going to give +1 to hit to that Bloodthirster. No, doesn't get it. So the command traits and abilities and stuff, the 2 Unfettered Fury or Infinite Rage ones will use their reroll charges if they're within 8 inches. Scarbrand can't make it over there because he can't run. He can't fly because of his wings. Let's go with... I I really don't know what to do here. Don't necessarily have to do it, but I feel that he's going to basically whip himself so that he uses command ability on himself, so that he can add 1 to his charge distance. Just something a little bit helpful. And I don't know, let's say that he can do it to Scarbrand. So Scarbrand's not going to be his friend because Scarbrand doesn't like being whipped, Lucy. He hasn't seen combat, so he's going to use his ability to reroll hits and wounds with Slaughter. He's going to reroll hits and wounds with Carnage, and there's another one there he can get there, I can't remember where it is. Then I have D3 units from the Blood Host get to pile in and attack in... Oh, it can work. D3 units get to pile in and attack in the hero phase. 3, but there's only 2 from that battalion in combat, which is the dogs here and the dogs here. So let's move on to that. Right, so stuff fighting in the hero phase in the Blood Host of Khorne. These dogs are going to get 5 attacks each against that Lonely Prosecutor. So these is 15. I'm hitting on 3s. And I'm wounded on 4s. That's 4 wounds, 5 wounds so far, Luce. So that's possibly going to kill that Prosecutor. Yeah, he's dead. You never pass saves with them. Ever? So that actually gets me another blood tie point, which I will remember to use. And then these guys are going to attack. That's 20 attacks I'm going to get from them at the Decimators. So he's 17, hitting on 3s. And I'll reroll 3 misses. So they hit. That's not bad. Winning on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds, Lucy, on your Decimators. That's from the dogs.
Any rend?
No rend.
4s.
1, 2, 3. Kills a single Decimator. I'm going to hazard a guess you want to take this one.
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't kill them, but that does put me up on blood type points. So I've killed Retributors, Celestant, Prosecutors, and I've lost my Bloodletters. Gives me 4.
2 units of Bloodletters.
Yes, I've lost 2 units of Bloodletters, so that puts me at 5. Let's have a look and see what I can do with them 5 blood type points. So, something quite interesting there I've just seen. Crimson Rain, roll a D3, all Khorne models on the battlefield immediately heal that many wounds. But before I do that, because number 6, pick a single unit anywhere on the battlefield, that unit immediately suffers D3 mortal wounds. In addition, roll a dice for each unit within 8 inches of the unit you picked on a 4 or more, they suffer a mortal wound. Oh, Relentless Fury. Every time a Khorne unit is slain, it immediately piles in and attacks before it is removed. So, I'm going to go with a Council of Blood to see what I can actually do first before I heal myself. So this guy is going to be the first one that gets to attack. So he's going to have 7 attacks because the Portal of Skulls is open next to him. He's got 6 base, and hopefully I can kill the 2 Decimators. Which, if I do, then causes the Council of Blood to have another Bloodthirster attack. So, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s. There's 3 1s. So 2 at -2 rend. Pass 1, fail 1, so I can't kill you, but it's D3 damage.
-2.
Oh yeah, sorry, -2 rend. So both go through. I could kill you if I roll really high. Not like that. So, I'm guessing you're going to get rid of the normal one and then wound the prime. 1 wound, so he's on 2. Now, that was unlucky because what I was going to do was if I killed him, I would have then attacked with him. Probably wouldn't have killed them, but if I had, I'd have then jumped across here and gone with him. So, all models heal D3 wounds. 3. Oh my word. So he's back up to full health. He's back up to full health. That dog's now back up to full health. He's back up to full health. And he's only lost 4 wounds now. Oh!
By far the cheesiest thing ever.
How?
Every model heals D3 wounds. That's not cheesy. Come on.
But I'm back down to 0 blood type points.
But it's still cheesy.
Combined with the Council of Blood, I think yes. Right. Movement phase after all of that. Alright, so movement phase. The hounds have pulled round this way. And these hounds have ran that way. Scarbrand has moved and ran. And is looking to charge into the Paladors. And this Bloodthirster's pushed forward here. And that's pretty much it for the moment. So straight into shooting phase. Hellfire Breath on the Decimator. Does 1 mortal wound. And then I'm going to attack with the whip, which I hit. A wound. And the whip is -1 rend, but it does 6 damage if it goes through loose. No. Oh, -1 rend.
Yeah, 5 up.
So you save it.
Yeah.
So your Decimator Prime is alive on 1 wound. Next, shooting. Hellfire Breath on the Judicators. 3 mortal wounds.
Which ones?
These ones. And then the whip. Hits. 3's to wound. Wounds. -1 rend. That's a 4, so that fails in 6 damage. So leave the prime on 1 wound. That whip's insane. Right, combat. So big guy's going to charge 8 inches, so he's going to go to the Liberators. Scarbrand is adding 3 to his charge distance, and he's going into there. These guys are going to charge into Stardrake. And that is pretty much it. So, first attacks that we're going to have. This Bloodthirster is going to try and kill them Tempestos. So 5 attacks, hitting on 4s, that's only 3 hits, wounding on 2s. So, in fact, I'll reroll that. So that is 3, but he does something when he rolls a 6 to wound. So, first of all, it's -2 rend, d6 damage apiece. So, right, so that's 6 to wound, causes 3 mortal wounds on any enemy unit within 8 inches, which kills that Judicator that was there and does 3 mortal wounds to those Tempestos. But Lucy still has 2 saves to make it minus. Reroll the 1. So it goes through and it's d6 damage each. Wow. Yeah. So next up is the Vanguard Paladors. And you've got the Moonblade on the Prime. Lunar Blade.
It's a mortal wound.
Mortal wound on Scarbrand, so he's lost 1. And this is the
hand axe.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s because I'm 9 inches from Castellan. Celestin on foot.
Yep.
3s.
3 wounds.
No end.
4. 1 more goes through. And then you've got all the beaks and claws, and these ones can do some serious damage.
3s.
2 misses, 3 misses.
2 because I'm in combat.
Oh, because of Celestin's ability.
Yeah.
Yep.
No 6s. 3s. -2 and plus 7.
7 at -2, ouch. So I've got 6 up save. And I don't make any. Is that
7.
1 damage apiece?
Yeah.
Ouch. So I've actually lost 9 wounds now. And I think Scarbrand has 14. He does, so he's actually left with only 5 wounds. Right, back to me, and I think I'm going to have to go with the dogs over the far side there before them 2 decimators kill them. So, They're going to get 5 attacks apiece because the Port of Skulls is open nearby. So that's 20 attacks on those 2 decimators. So I'm hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. No rend. That's still a fair amount. No. Yeah, because there's 3s. So that's 6 wounds and there's only 2 guys there. Right, so next up is Stardrake. What attacks has he got?
He's Cavernous Jaws. After this model piles in 4 attacks, pick an enemy model within 3 inches and roll a dice. If the result is greater than the model's wound, characteristic is swollen whole.
So you'd have to go on the dogs. 2, it's not greater than, so you wouldn't swallow it whole. Is it equal to or greater than, or just greater than?
Greater than.
So no, that wouldn't work. So the hammer?
3.
Yeah, and this is at the Bloodthirster, I presume.
Yeah. 3s. And 2s.
How on earth?
Sweeping tail. After this model has made all of its attacks in the combat phase, roll dice for each enemy unit within 3 inches. If the result is less than the number of models in the unit, so it's D3 mortal wounds, so it doesn't matter.
But you've still got the Great Claws to attack the Bloodthirster with. So 4 attacks from the Stardrake itself.
3s.
3 hits. 3s to wound still, is it?
2.
And what's the rend on it?
-1.
-1 for 2 damage. Pass 1, fail 1, so I've lost 6 wounds.
D3 damage.
Is it? So for 2.
Yeah.
So I've lost 6 wounds. Then you've got the sweep and tail attack, haven't you?
Doesn't matter, can't it?
You could do it on the dogs.
You've got 6 models, haven't you?
I've got 5.
Doesn't matter.
So as there's 5 of them here, Lucy's 2 means that these guys suffer D3 mortal wounds for 3. Right, I'll attack back with the single Bloodthirster over there for 7 attacks. He hits on 3s, he wounds on 3s or 2s. And -2 rend. And that's going to kill him because it's D3 damage apiece. But what have you got next to swing with? Oh, forgot about these. This is going to hurt because lay low the tyrants, plus you'd be a +1 to hit. So you're actually hitting on 2s with the hammers. So 3 from the Grand Hammer, which is with the prime. So yeah, everything but that 1 hit, and then you're wounding on 3s. Only 1 miss, so 2 at -1 rend.
2 misses.
So 1 goes through, so that's 2 damage, and then you've got what? That's that 6 more. 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually no, hang on. That's 4 plus the 2, so I've lost 6 wounds altogether. So that's a lot of damage still going in there. You've still got a fair chance of being able to take them out in your turn. So next up, I'm going to go with Scarbrand. Now this is going to take a bit of working out, so we'll do that very quickly. So because Scarbrand didn't see combat last turn, he still counts as being incandescent, which means I've got 8 attacks. Rerolling hits and wounds with slaughter at the Palador, so hitting on 4s. Rerolling. So 2 miss. And then wounding on 3s, rerolling. So that is 5 at -2 rend for 3 damage each. So that's 9 wounds, which only kills 1 of them and leaves 1 on 1 wound. But then I've got the other attack from Carnage. 4 plus to hit, and if I hit I do 8 wounds because I'm incandescent at the minute. Reroll. So that's 8 more wounds, which is the rest of the squad. Holy crap. I think, is that everything you've got in combat? So I have that Bloodthirster to go, this Bloodthirster and the dogs. So the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster up here has 6 attacks. And he hits on 3s. I wound on 3s and that was way too many attacks, so I'll do that again. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So that is 2 wounds on the Liberators. It is -2 rend, so D3 damage each. So that's 4 wounds, so just 2 Liberators. And then we've got the Bloodthirster down here. He has 5 attacks, hits on 4s, wounds on, let's have a look, he has taken damage, he's lost 6 wounds altogether. Yeah, he's still got 4 attacks. So next up is this Bloodthirster here, the Bloodthirster of Infinite Rage, 4 attacks because I've got lost 6 wounds, I hit on 4s. 1 hit, wound on 2s. A wound, but there is a 6, so it does mean that he suffers D3 mortal wounds for 2. So Stardrake has lost 2 more wounds. And lastly, we've got the dogs attacking the Stardrake. So 16 attacks hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Wow, I didn't expect that.
And so rend.
No rend, 3 up rerolling 1s. Reroll the 1. Fine, so he takes 1 wound.
He already lost 2.
And he lost 2 thanks to the Bloodthirster, so that puts him on 11. And I think that is everything that I've got. So I believe you've only got 1 unit of Battle Shock, which is these guys. So Lucy just rolled a 4, you lost 2, which is 6, and I think they're Bravery 6. So they actually stick around. Right, over to Stormcast, turn 2. Right, so Stormcast, turn 2. This guy, Celestin, has used his Furious Retribution to help out the Liberators get +1 extra attack to hit, and even on himself as well. I think Lucy's going to try and take on the Bloodthirsters and possibly get rid of 3 of them, but Castellant is going to use his Searing Lantern for D3 mortal wounds for 3. Ouch! So I've lost 9, drops me down to only 5 wounds on him. So we have placed the rest of the models, and I think we're pretty much done with movement. No? We've placed Celestin Prime. He's 9 inches away from both Bloodthirsters, and of course he can do something with his Comet Strike Scepter. And the other unit of Liberators have came in landing here. But Lucy's got the Retributors around the other side to move, and these heroes here. And of course she's got a fair bit of shooting, I think, between the Raptors and the Judicators and Celestin Prime. She can probably take 1 or 2 of these guys out. These 2 are on 5 wounds apiece. Right, so Lucy's going to systematically work along our lines and try and take out 1 Bloodthirster after another. So these Raptors are going for Scarbrand first of all, yeah? All hit. All wound.
2 wound.
2 wound. Pass 1, fail 1, so drops him to 3 wounds. Are the other Raptors going for him?
Yeah.
1 miss. 2 wound. He's on 1 wound.
D6 hammers from Castellan.
So you get 5. Are you going all for Scarbrand, or do you want to split them?
I'll do 3 on Scarbrand.
And 2 on the other guy.
4 plus.
2 mortal wounds, kill Scarbrand. And then 2 on the last guy. 1 more mortal wound on him, drops him to 4.
Judicators.
All at that Bloodthirster. Okie doke. All hit. Extra 3 from the shock bolt. 3. -1 rend. So 2 more go through. He's on 2 wounds. So with Scarbrand fallen, this guy is going to be hit with the Comet Strike Scepter straight at that point. So 1's automatically going to do it. Yep, so 2-inch range.
Pick a point and then roll dice. Each unit within that meant was D3 mortal wounds.
Oh, just 1. Just the 1. But you've still got Stardrake's meteor fallen thing, so she might get lucky and kill him with Stardrake. Let's work out that. So Lucy's just rolled the 6. That means she can pick 6 units. Have to be different units, but on a 4 more, they each suffer. Is it a single mortal wound?
D3.
D3 mortal wounds. So I'm guessing you go after that guy first. So 4 plus? No. The Bloodthirster in front of him. D3 mortal wounds for 1. So that leaves him on 5. I'm guessing the other Bloodthirster at the back. Yep. He loses 2. The other Bloodthirster down there, yep. No, so that's... Is that 4? Do you want to... What else do you fancy? Dogs? So, is that this unit?
Yep.
For 1, kills 1 dog. Other unit of dogs? No. So very, very close to taking them out. However, he is now severely wounded. So, charge is loose. Liberators at him?
No.
No. Celestin on foot?
Yep.
Yep. What about the prime?
No.
5. And the retributors that we moved around needed 4. And they make it in as well. Right, so charges. Castellan made it in as well as Celestin. And the retributors are in round here. However, Lucy's got a plan. Quicksilver potion.
Draft.
Quicksilver draft, sorry. The Stormcast version is different. So, Celestin actually gets +1 attack with each of his weapons on the turn he charges as well, doesn't he?
No, I guess, yeah.
And because of his command ability, he gets +1 to hit. So he's hitting 5 attacks hitting on 2s with his sword. 1 miss. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound at -1. 5 up. Kills him. So even as unlucky as Lucy was getting there, that's another Bloodthirster cut down. So that's 2 blood type points I'm back up to. Right. Retributors. Not looking forward to this. 2-star soul mace. Oh no! 6 wounds instantly. And then you've got, is it 7 attacks with the hammers? Fishing for 6s though. So 7 attacks with the hammers, fishing for 6s. Oh no, there's another 4 mortal wounds. That's 10 wounds instantly gone. And 4 to wounds of a 3, 2. I need to pass both of the, well, at least 1 to survive. Because the 2 damage each. And I'm alive on 2 wounds. Unbelievable. That was a massive, massive turn for the Stormcast. They're hitting back hard. But I'm going to have to swing with this Bloodthirster down here. I've only got 5 attacks. I hit the Stardrake on 4s. 2 hits. I wound. I've only got, let's have a look. In fact, I don't even have 4 attacks. I'm really sorry, Lucy. I'm going to do that again. Because I'm wounded, I only have 3 attacks. So +1 thanks to the... So I get 2 hits. And I do wound twice at -2 rend. So 5 reroll and then you pass. Back to you.
I have to go with Stardrake.
Yep. Let's see if Stardrake can eat this Bloodthirster for breakfast. So the jaws. Lucy's going to try and gobble up a dog.
No.
You need to roll more than the wound characteristic to eat it. That's twice he's failed. Right, so hammers. 2 wounds. -1. Pass 1, fail 1. 2 damage drops me to 3 wounds. We've then got the claws from the Stardrake. Right, so you do get to eat number of models equal to how many wounds Stardrake actually has, so she would have been able to use that twice. Right, so depending on how many wounds Stardrake has, he can eat multiple models. So, because he's lost 5, Lucy does get to attempt to eat 2 dogs. So she's already done the 1. Wow.
Stardrake's claws.
Yep.
Threes.
So that's 2.
-1.
This is the Bloodthirster, of course. So I pass 1, fail 1. For 3 wounds, kills the Bloodthirster. You've then got the Sweeping Tail.
Roll the dice for each enemy unit within 3. If the result's less than the number of models in the unit, it suffers D3 mortal wounds.
So there's 3 models left over, so that wouldn't work either. That was incredibly unlucky. Right, so I'm now going to get to attack back. I'm going to attack with the dogs. That means I've got 12 attacks altogether against Stardrake. So I hit on 3s. That is abysmal. A wound on 4s. That's 1 wound, no rend. Reroll 1s because of your shield. And doesn't that mean I take wounds as well? Because if you reroll the shield and pass it,
so it's a mortal wound. 1
mortal wound. Nasty, nasty piece of work, that shield. Right, and then
Battle shock.
That Bloodthirster hasn't attacked, has he?
No, not yet.
So he now only being on 2 wounds. He only actually has 3 attacks left, +1 for the Bloodsecrator. Hit on 4s, and I miss everything.
You can reroll.
I can't. He can only reroll against heroes. So that's it. Battle shock. I don't suffer any losses because they're going to automatically pass. But you've just killed 3 Bloodthirsters, Lucy, and almost killed a 4th. Ouch! Right. So Lucy does score 2 points. At the end of round 2, that is 2-2, and she's just absolutely annihilated the Bloodthirsters. So this guy is on 12 wounds, but the one back there, not so good. Right, battle round 3, Lucy. Over to Khorne. Right, so hero phase. D3 units from the Blood Horse will get the pile and attack, so it's going to be that guy. But both Portal of Skulls are going to open up. Let's see. He's going to whip himself so he can run and charge with +1. He's going to allow to fail charges to be re-rolled because of his command trait as well. Portal of Skulls. This guy is going to give +1 armor save to him on a 4+. No, I take D3 mortal wounds. I take 3 mortal wounds. Lovely. But, let's have a look. This guy's going to give +1 to hit to that Bloodthirster. And it goes off, so he's a +1 to hit. Right, I've got 4 blood tie points because I killed the lone decimator, plus I lost 3 Bloodthirsters, so every unit is going to heal D3 wounds for 2, so he's back up to 4. He's lost 1, so he'll be down to 4. He's going to be fine, and he's going to be fine. So, they're going to get to attack, and then part of the Council of Blood means that they get to attack as well. Right, so 15 attacks from the dogs, thanks to the Bloodsecrator. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds, no rend. Reroll the 1. Oh no, look, I take a mortal wound. Right, next up is going to be the big Bloodthirster over there. So he's only got 3 because of how damaged he is. and then he's got +1 thanks to the portal of skulls, and he's going to try and take out the Retributors. Hitting on 4s, that's only 1 hit. Now wound on a 6, which means that they suffer, I think it's only 1 mortal wound with him being as hurt as what he is. We'll have to double check. So yep, because I've lost 10 wounds, that's just a single mortal wound on the Retributors. Right, let's get on with the movement phase. Right, so 2 shooting attacks left. D3 mortal wounds on Stardrake. That's 2 mortal wounds, and then the lash hits. Wounds, the lash is -1 rend loose.
How many?
Just the 1. Reroll the 1 for a fail, and I think it does 6 damage because he's unwounded at the minute. Plus the 2 mortal wounds means you've lost 8 wounds. Drops into 3. Ouch. Right, next up. That was pretty much it. So, charges. These guys are adding 3 because of the Bloodstalker, so they're going to go for the Liberators. That's a 7, so a 10-inch charge will make it. That guy whose name I always forget. 4 inches, probably not enough to make it to the Retributors, but then the dogs are going to be in as well. And the dogs around here at them Liberators. That's going to make it. And the Bloodthirster has made it. Right, so combat, I'm thinking about going down here with the Bloodthirster first, but Stardrake hasn't really hit that hard so far, I don't feel, and I don't want to lose the Bloodthirster at this side. I need to keep him alive, so I'm going to go after the Retributors with a Bloodthirster. So I've got 3 + 1 thanks to the Bloodsecrator. I hit twice. And that's 2 wounds at -2 rend for d6 damage. For 7 wounds altogether, there's 15 there. So I'll kill 2 and wound 1. So Lucy's going with Stardrake. She's going to use the jaws on the dogs. 4, which means she eats a dog. And then we've got the hammers and the claws, and all this is going at the Bloodthirster, I presume. That's 1 wound -1,
Yeah.
which I pass. And then the claws.
5.
1 hit. Wounded on 3s, that's a wound. -1, which I pass. And then the sweep and tail on the dogs. You have to roll less than the... Is it less than?
Less than the number of models in the unit, it's a D3 mortal wounds.
So there's only 2 models left. So next up, the Bloodletters are going at the Liberators. There's only enough to get 9 attacks thanks to the champion being there. There's 1 too many. Oh no, there is 11 Bloodletters left. So 2 mortal wounds. 2 hits. 3 hits. And then 2 at -1. So 2 5-ups. Pass 1, fail 1, so that's 3 wounds total. So kill one of the Liberators and wound the other. Then Lucy gets to swing back. Right, Lucy wants to kill the Bloodthirster, so she's going the Retributors straight. Right, next up Lucy is going for the Retributors to kill the Bloodthirster before they die. Thanks to the dog, she can't keep another Bloodthirster on the table, so 2-star Soul Mace. 6 wounds, kills the Bloodthirster. And then you've got the hammer can go against the dogs because it is a 2-inch reach, so you've got 3 attacks with the prime. 2 hits. 1 wound at -1. That's a 5, a fail, that kills a dog. Right, next up I've got 6 attacks from this Bloodthirster and a +1 to hit, so I'm hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. Wounding on 2s, this is at start rate of course, so that's 2. It is -2 rend, Lucy. Reroll the 1. She passes them both, and every unit within 3 inches suffers a mortal wound. So it's another wound on the dog, and another wound on him, and Stardrake lives to fight another day. Right, back to Lucy. Celestant maybe?
No.
The Liberators. So 2 attacks and 3 from the Grand Hammer. Yeah. Wounded on 3s, that's 1.
-1.
-1 rend, which I fail for 2 damage. Will kill 2. And then the only thing I've got left to attack with is 3 dogs over the other side. So they've got 5 attacks each thanks to the Blood Secretor being within 18 inches. Which actually just reminds me, I've still got these 2 dogs to attack with here. Right, so 3s. 4s. And this is of course on the Retributors. 3 wounds, no rend. 2 wounds dealt out, so that would drop probably, I'm going to hazard to guess the prime to 1 wound. Right, Lucy gets to swing back again. Celestin. So 4 attacks with the sword, is it?
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s. All hit. Wounded on 3s. All wound at -1 rend. So 6 up. 3 more die. That's in addition to the 2 that she's just killed, so that's already 5. And she's got 2 attacks with a hammer. Both hit. 3s. Both wound. No rend.
No.
And I fail both of them, so that kills 2 more. Celestin himself hacking through that unit of Bloodletters. Right, back to me, which means I'm going to go with the dogs down here. These guys are out of range of the Portal of Skulls though, so I've only got 8 attacks. 3s. Huh. 4s. That's 6. So 3 up, re-rolling 1s. So the dog dies because he suffers a mortal wound, and that guy drops another mortal wound. Oh yeah, does it stack?
Doesn't say.
If it's
You can reroll saves of 1 for this model. If the reroll save is successful, the shield unleashes a deafening pain, and each enemy unit within 3 inches suffers a mortal wound.
So it would do it twice. So yeah. Wow. And then it's back to Lucy. So Castellan on the Bloodletters, he'd pile in, of course. This axe does do 2 damage.
3s and 3s.
Yep. 2 wounds, -1. Fail them both, kills all 4 of them because it's 2 damage apiece, isn't it? Ouch. I think that is everything.
Dogs.
No, the dogs have attacked. That's how you drop to 1 wound. So, battle shocks. Just them 2 Retributors then. Them 3 Retributors. So that's
7.
Bravery 7, you lost 2, that's 8 -7, so you lose 1 more. So Lucy rolling a 6 does mean that 1 more Retributor unfortunately runs. She's then got the Liberators because she lost 1. And a 4, that makes it 5. Bravery 6 means they pass. So, things didn't go according to plan for me. I expected Stardrake to go down. We've lost another Bloodthirster, we lost the Bloodletters. There's basically scattered remains of Khorne heroes along the back line. I do score 3 points, putting me at 5. But it's now over to the Stormcast turn 3, and with all the Raptors still intact on full health and everything, I can probably expect to lose a fair bit here. Let's see what happens on moving into Stormcast turn 3. Right, so hero and movement phase, Lucy has used Furious Retribution on Celestin. She's hoping that she can keep the Liberators close enough, as well of course the Liberators on this side. Hopeful to help the Star Soul Maces take out the dogs here. The Prime, Castellan chucked his +1 armor save onto the Prime to try and hopefully get across here and start dealing some damage out. Meanwhile, the Raptors are going to look probably to start eating into this Bloodthirster. Maybe charge the dogs and tie them up, we don't know yet. Lucy, shooting phase, let's see what can be. Right, so Celestin Prime is going to use his Comet to land right in the middle of them heroes. So 3 inches, it's going to hit all 3 of them. So we'll start at the back. It's the Bloodstalker that's at the back.
Right, so 3 mortal wounds, 3.
And then the Bloodsecrator.
2.
And then the Slaughter Priest.
1.
1. Cool, that's a lot of damage dishing out on them so far. Next up though, we've got Celestin can probably use his hammers. It's going to have to go to the Slaughter Priest though, because it's the only one in range.
4 plus? No.
Nope. Right.
Then Raptors.
Raptors. Bloodthirster. All hit.
3 at -2.
Pass 1, so that's 4 damage, which means I've lost 7 wounds. You going for the same with the other raptors?
No.
No?
I'm going into these dogs.
Into the dogs. Okay. 2 hits. 1. No, it's wounds on 3s, isn't it?
Yeah. Unit Adjudicators is going into the dogs.
Yep.
Prime's got the white dice.
Reroll 1 because of chaos. Yep.
D6 to wound.
Just the 1. 3s, 4 -1.
Yeah.
Pass 2, fail 2, so kills 1 dog. I believe that.
Stardrake's shooting.
Yes, he gets D6.
No. Stardrake.
Okay, so D6 units hit by Stardrake's 5. I'm going to hazard a guess these 2 to get you out of combat.
Yeah.
So we'll do them first. The dog.
4 plus.
Kills him, he's only got 1 wound.
The
Bloodthirster.
Yep, D3. 1 more.
Just 1, so drops him to 6 wounds.
These dogs.
Yep.
No.
You got 2 more.
The unit of bloodletters at the back.
Yep.
No, and the hero running up.
The Slaughter Priest that's running across there.
Yep.
3 mortal wounds, drops him to 2. Not a bad round. Let's move into some combat and see.
Charges.
Yep. Let's see if Lucy can smash some demon face. Alright, so Lucy's desperate to get rid of this Bloodthirster. She's going to try a long charge with the Raptors. 9's going to make it, I think. These ones at them.
Yep.
6 would get it.
2 Liberators.
Yep. Bring the dice tray over, yep.
No.
No. These Liberators. 5 probably. And then you've got the Prime.
Yep.
With an 8, that's going to make it in as well. Let's see where Lucy is going. Right, so Lucy's elected for the Celestin on Stardrake to go first. Other charges that she made, obviously the Raptors made it in. These Raptors made it in here. These guys did fail, but the Prime has gone for the Skull Crusher, I want to say. And of course the Liberators made it in there. So, Stardrake first.
3s and 2s.
This is with the hammer. That's 3 wounds.
-1.
4. 5 up even. So pass 1, fail 1. That's 5 more wounds. I've only got 6 left. That drops him to 1 wound.
Close. Hitting
5's because you're wounded. Nothing. And then the sweep and tail and the what do you call it? The jaws can't do anything to him. Right, my turn. I'm probably gonna go with. Let's go for him with the brazen anvil. I don't know what he does yet. I haven't used him. Right, so the skull grinder has 2 attacks base plus 1 for the portal of skulls, hitting on 3s. So that's 2 wounds. And this is at the prime. A wound on 2s. So a wound once. It's at -1, but you're at +1 because of Castellan. So 3 up, is it? And it's 3 damage. So he's took 3 wounds. 5 wounds left. Cool. What are you going back with next?
The raptors over there.
The raptors over here. Kill the bloodthirster. I should have gone with the blood. Ah, I totally forgot. I was so concerned with the prime that I totally forgot about the raptors.
The wing.
Yep.
4 and 3. No.
And then heavy stocks.
Yep. 4s and 3s. No.
Right, that Bloodthirster lives to fight another day for the moment. What am I going to go back with? I think I'm going to go back with the dogs over here. One of them can reach the Liberators, and 2 of them is going to go at the Retributors. So that will be 10 attacks onto the Retributors first. Do that one first. So hitting on 3s. And the reason it's 10 is because the Portal of Skulls is within 18. Wounding on 4s. So 2 wounds on your Retributors. Fail them both. And then I've got 5 attacks at your Liberators. Hit on 3s. And wound on 4s. Nothing. So a Retributor lost 2 wounds basically. Right, back to Lucy.
These.
Ether Wing. Does not get 2 attacks.
No, just 1.
Just 1.
4s and 3s. It's 1 at no end.
Which I fail.
Just 1.
Just the 1 damage. And then we've got 3 heavy stock attacks.
4s and 3s. 1, no end.
Pass me save. Right, back to me. Let's just go with the dogs down here. So that's 4 attacks per dog. And there's 4 of them there. So 16 attacks hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Can I take out some of the raptors? That's pretty bad. Fours. So 5 wounds.
Rend.
No rend.
4s.
Why?
2 dead.
So I'm guessing you're going to leave the prime with the Ether Wing. Right, back to Lucy. I think that just leaves your Liberators. You still got your prime as well, but he's safe for the moment.
I've still got my Liberators, my Retributors, my prime.
You do.
Star Soul Maces.
Yep. 3 wounds, kills a dog and a half. It's not going to make a difference because I've only got the Bloodthirster left to attack, so you might as well do the rest of them over there. So your Liberators, they're all within reach.
I need another dice. Hang on, sorry.
Right, there we go. So 3 attacks with... 3 with the Grand Hammer and 8 attacks with the normal guys.
4s.
It's 3s because Celestin is close enough to get it. So your 3s would hit. 3s are then wounding. Nice. This is of course at the dogs, so that's 5.
1 at -1.
Yep, so the 1 at -1. Fail, so I've got 1 wound left. And I'm dead. Right, so down here I'm going to split me 7 attacks that I've got. So I'm going to do 3 at Stardrake and 4 at the Raptors. So the 3 at Stardrake hitting on 3s. The only 2 hit. I'm only wounded on 4s now. Yeah, so then I've got 4 attacks at the Raptors. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound, -2 rend.
6 up.
D3. Does 3 damage, so kills 1 and wounds 1. And obviously you want to leave the prime there. And then you've got your Celestin Prime left. And he's godly.
2 attacks for normal. 2 attacks for being up in round 2. 1. And 2 attacks for...
Right, so 6 attacks from Celestin Prime.
Hitting on 3s.
What the hell? I think we need to burn these literally.
2s. 2 at -3.
-3 rend. He's only got a 4 save, I think. It's not looking good. No, he's got a 4 save. 3 damage each.
Yep.
6 wounds. He's got 5. So kills him outright. So with that, despite taking heavy casualties, and Stardrake still being alive. The Stormcast are pushing forward. Lucy scores 3 more points for securing this objective, putting it neck and neck at 5 apiece. But she's pushing forward across the battlefield. She has got a couple of battle shocks though, so this Raptor, she rolls a 1, so he's fine. And the Raptors down here also lost 1, a 6. I swear the Bravery 7. We'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to be okay. And it's on to round 4. Right, battle round 4. Lucy goes first. Right, let's crack on with the move. Right, a super quick hero phase and movement, of course. So, the Retributors have pulled round. The Liberators. Castellan used +1 save onto the Prime again. Celestin and the Liberators are marching forward to take out these heroes. The Prime flew over the top of the heroes, looking to take out the Demons of Khorne down here. Whilst the Raptors are hopeful, with the support of the Judicators, that they can clear the ranks at this side. So, with that, let's move on to shooting. Right, so the 2 Raptors here, straight at the Bloodthirster. 1 hit. Oh no!
Him.
That single Raptor going for him. Hits. I think the Judicators might be out of range. We'll measure that up. Yeah, they're just out, unfortunately.
He's gonna shoot it.
He's Meteor. So it's D6 units, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's how many we get. 2. So
yeah.
Him and the Slaughter Priest.
Slaughter Priest. No, what's he called?
Slaughter Priest.
No.
Bloodthirster.
Yeah.
Right. D3 for 1.
God,
I've only got 1 wound.
So that's that.
That's that.
Right.
So he's dead.
Finally.
Lucy, that's 5 Bloodthirsters that you've killed.
The Priest. 1.
1 more wound on the Priest. Whoa. That was brutal. These guys at the dogs?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1 miss, that's not
6,
bad.
2.
So wounding on 3s.
3.
3 minus 1 rend. So that's 3 wounds, which kills that one and another whole dog. Right, so the Prime is up next, and he's going to put the Comet right there. Even if Lucy rolls a 1 or a 6, she's going to hit both units and nobody else. So straight away on the Slaughter Priest.
D3. 2 mortal wounds.
The Bloodletters,
1.
just the 1. So he's dropped to 3, and the Bloodletters lose 1 as well. Next up though, we've got Celestin on foot. Hammers.
D6 hammers. 4.
And are they...
They're all going to go into the Bloodletters.
The Bloodletters?
Yeah.
Can they reach?
Oh.
18, isn't it?
16.
16. Yeah, you're within range. That's 14 on the tape measure. So yeah.
4 plus mortal wounds. None.
Very unlucky there. So,
Charges.
straight into charges. Yep, I'll come around that side. Right, so charges. Stardrake's going to try a long bomb into the Slaughter Priest. It's probably going to make it. We'll measure that one up so we know he got a 9-inch charge. Next up, what have we got?
Raptors.
The Raptors going for him as well. That's 9 as well. That's probably going to make it in. You've got the Prime back there.
Yeah.
Probably a 4-inch charge. Yeah, he's going to be in.
The 2 Liberators.
At the Slaughter Priest, maybe?
Yeah.
5. We'll measure that.
The Retributors. They got 4. I don't think that's...
No, and the unit of 5 Liberators. 6. That might make it in. We'll measure that up. We've also got Celestin. 8. Castellan, maybe? 7. Right, so after charges, Stardrake and the Raptors have both made it in here. The The Prime, of course, made it in here, and the Liberators only rolled a 4. We're actually only 4 inches away from the Slaughter Priest. These guys rolled in 8, so they make it into the Bloodsecrator. But the other guys, unfortunately, don't make it across. So
I'm going to go straight in with Stardrake, and because he made a charge, I'm going to do 3 extra attacks.
With the hammer?
Yeah.
So that's 6 attacks.
So, 3s and 2s. Four.
Minus 1 rend.
Yeah.
5 up. So it's D3 damage each. I've only got 1 wound. So that's going to kill him. Oh, overkill. Right. I'm going to go back with the Bloodletters. So I'm going to pile in. Probably not get everybody in.
No, 3-inch charge, no, pile in.
Yeah, 3-inch pile in. So 5. Which means I get 10 attacks because the Portal of Skulls is open. So I'm doing mortal wounds on 6s. I get 3 hits. And I wound twice at -1, but you're at +1 because of Castellan, so 3 up. Drops 2 more wounds to 3. Right. Liberators at the Bloodsecrator. So we'll pile them round. Lucy's going to get all them in.
The Prime with the Grand Hammer is in the white dice.
Yep.
How many wounds has he got?
He's got 3.
No. Leonor the Tyrant. How many is it altogether? Has he got more than 5 wounds?
He has 5 altogether.
Right, then you'll get Leonor the Tyrant for hitting on 3s. So it's 3, no rend.
Okay, so he's 3 up because he's in cover. He loses 2 wounds, which drops him to 1. I'm then going to go back with my single Slaughter Priest over here. Right, so the Slaughter Priest has 3 attacks base +1 because the Bloodsecrator is still alive, and this is going at the 2 Liberators. So I hit on 4s. I wound on 3s. So that's only 1 wound. It's no rend, but it's 2 damage. So it'll kill him and put the wound over onto the Prime. Right, back to Lucy.
The Prime. So 6 attacks.
And that's this guy at the Bloodletters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3s.
3 hits, but you're still doing 3 damage each.
2, so that's 3 at -3.
Which is 9, and you've already killed 1. Wipes the squad. Does get me another blood tie point, but at this point I've got 3-4 models left. And not a lot. So let's see what damage we can do. Let's go for the Blood Stalker. So he has 4 attacks with the Torture Blade, 3s and 3s. This is at the unit of 5 Liberators. So that is 2 wounds, no rend. Fail 1. And just 1 damage. And then I've got 4 attacks with the Blood Whip. Hitting on 3s and 4s. So all hit, wounding on 4s. That's 4 wounds. No rend, and it's just 1 damage. And she passes them all.
Come back with a Raptor over there on the dogs.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. So
the Aetherwing, no, and his Heavy Stock, yep, no rend.
Which I pass. So then back to me. I'm going to go with the Bloodsecrator that's down here. I can't remember where he is in the book. So the Bloodsecrator has 4 attacks base +1 for being within 18 of himself. 3s and 3s. Miss with 2. So that's 2 wounds at -1 rend, Lucy, on your Liberators for 1 damage apiece.
2, did you say?
2, yep. Failed them both, so that kills a Liberator.
Oh.
And then 1 was wounded from before, wasn't he?
So kills 2.
No, just 1 wound each. Have you got anything? Yeah, you've got this guy to swing back with. So 3 attacks. You do hit on 3s because Celestin is close enough.
And then on the Tyrant, has he got more than 5 wounds in total?
Yes, he has 5 wounds, so the 2 would hit as well.
That's just a 1 though. 2 minus 1.
I'm at 4+, I'm at 3+ because I'm in cover. So obviously -1 gets me back down to a 4+. In fact, a Slaughter Priest only has a 5-up save, I didn't even realise that. So I'm 5 up. Kills him. That's it for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've got 2 dogs left in the top corner against the Raptor. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. So that's 3 wounds on your Raptor, no rend. And he tanks it like a boss. So, I think that is everything.
Have you done him?
I've done him, yeah, he was the one that inflicted 1 wound. So, I'm going to call it because I've got him on 1 wound, him on 2, him on 3, and 2 dogs. There's no way I can get it because the best I can do is retreat onto this objective and score it, which would tie us, and then in turn 5 you would just end up killing us. So, that was a bloody and brutal game. I honestly can't believe how much he tanked from Bloodthirster. He killed 2 altogether. It took him all game, but he killed, you know, 2 Bloodthirsters. And I think your Raptors and when you got your Liberators down here, the combined fire from your Raptors, your Judicators, and then of course the mortal wounds from Celestin. Taking out those Bloodthirsters as quick as what you did was absolute crucial. So that was an awesome and bloody game. I don't like Stormcast still, and I was very, very hopeful that I almost got a victory there. I think getting that double turn on turn 2 was key for me, but Stormcast proving what they are made of once again, and I still haven't beat them. No matter what I do, I can't seem to beat them. So if anyone's got any suggestions to try and beat them, or if anyone has any suggestions for Lucy, or you know, if you want to see something else Stormcast, let us know in the comments below, and we will see what we can do. But until next time, folks, thanks very much for watching.